بنتظر. لحظة ما اسمع ذاتي. لحظة ما اسمع ذاتي. لحظة ما اسمع ذاتي. لحظة ما اسمع ذاتي. حنقعد كذا للأبد. حنقعد كذا للأبد. اوكي خلاص. بتكلم من اول، معقول صوتي راخي برا؟ انت ارفع الصوت من عندك، صوتي ابدا مو راخي، انا شفت البث من عندي. أخ. ما زال راخي. لا ما رفعت. قصدك انا رفعت ولا انت رفعت؟ والله ما ادري، ما تفرق. اوكي قلت لك. عموما شكله ما حد هيجي، لكن برضه حستنى. اوكي. ايه بالله كلمه، خليه يبطل حركاته. تلاقي دحين قاعد يلعب اوفراتش أو شي زي كذا. الحمد لله. الحمد لله. جيت على وقتك عشان تسمع العصر. الحمد لله. متروش يا اخي الامتحان. تسمعني؟ تست مجددا. تجربة. تسمع؟ اوكي. مين جاء؟ اللي جاي يعرف بنفسه. طب مين اللي في البث حاليا؟ اوكي. جروب فيه له حوالي 10 اشخاص، 3 اشخاص ما يقدر يجوا. والله العظيم. عيب الكلام هذا. اوكي شكرا. عشان يا اخي لا احتاج الاد ريفينيو يا اخي. الوضع صعب. شوف فوزي شو يقول. جد والله عندك مشكلة. تو انت فاهم اصلا، عشان اول كنت اجي البث حقه واقول له بس نوب، لانه كان يا اخي بيلعب ريزد ايفل ويشخل، فيعني الحين مسوي قال لك انتقام السلاطين. اي صح كنت معانا بس خرجت يا اخي، ما قعدت للنهاية. تنمر عليك يا النوب انت عادي. يب. لا مو المايك العجيب، لا لا. هذا شو اسمه، مايك السماعة حقت ستيل سيريس. كويس صح، انا تفاجأت يا رجال لما جربت شبكته. لا مو مايك الغسالة. بس هو معناته كان في البي سي يبغاله اعدادات، هذه مشكلته. شوف البلاي والنيو جيم. واو، استخدمت الست ثواني حقتك بحكمة، كتبت ألف. والله فواز، التأخير قلت لك بست ثواني. اي 6 ثواني. هذا وانا شابك السلك حق اللاب في النت. بس ايش تسوي؟ اتوقع من السوني نفسه ما عندك او يمكن كذا الستريم، بس عمري ما سويت ستريم فما اعرف كيف بيكون. اوكي، في واحد دخل وخرج. فواز انت اللي موجود ولا جندري؟ صوت اللعبة عالي. كيف تبغى انا ارخي لك اياه بالله؟ اه هذا اللعبة صح. مرة كتاب. ولا شيء
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
اوه، اخذ الصوت شوية. اوكي لحظة خلنا نطفي انوار الغرفة هذا مرة. ايه كذا يصير الوضع احلى.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
هذه لعبة واحد من المعجبين اقترحها، ما اعرفها صراحة وما اعرف ايش المفروض اسوي. اوكي.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
You. Oh my god. الصدر. اوكي. هلا ميدو. شوف شوف الصدر.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know.
Oh my god.
Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
يا اخي ايش اسوي انا يوتيوبر.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
يا رب جندلي. شكرا شكرا. كل زق يا فيصل. تعال والله دراسته بس.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
والله لو بيتكم زي كذا
The
وخذت
house
غرفة
was
طبعا ما
exactly like
حتاخذه.
I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
لا تسوي اي مراجعة. خلي حتى المقاطع الكرنج خليها في قناتك، عيب.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in
عشانك
a way I
بائس.
couldn't put into words.
اللي مو لابس سماعة يلبس سماعة، ترى اللعبة لما تحط سماعة أحسن.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
17 years old.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
يطلع باب أساسا مفتوح.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Nope. لوحة ميسنج، كل فيلم رعب يبدأ زي كذا. هي ما هي رعب، هي لعبة كذا، لعبة قصة، فاهم كيف؟ زي ذا لاست، لا مو زي ذا لاست، زي لايف سترينج لو تعرفها. برو هذا الشيء. شوف هي ما هي رعب، بس انا متأكد انها حترعب.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
ايوه بالله ارحم السوني شوية يا رجال، اول كان شغال على 10 فريم في الثانية، يبغاله غسيل.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
الايموجي اللي انت راسله يا فواز ما يمدينا اشوفه، شوف غيره. ايش هذا؟ اوكي. جدا.
For the first time in years,
2010.
I felt like I was home.
اوكي عندي تحريات. هي قالت انها ما كانت في البيت هذا من يوم ما كان عمرها 12 سنة، وهي دحين عمرها 17 سنة، يعني لها 5 سنين على البيت. اللوحة هذه كانت في 2010، معناته الأحداث في 2015. شوف هذا اللوحات عليها اسماء، طبعا ما أعرف اسماء أي واحد فيهم لأني ما لعبت اللعبة، بس أصلا كما يبدو إنه حزين. لا ما هو مسكون.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
قلت لك مع انه اللعبة ما هي رعب، لكن انا قامط حاليا.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
اوه ماي جاد، وصفة كاملة كيف تسوي فطيرة تفاح. احفظ المقطع يا رجال.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
ولا كمان انا لابس سماعة، فاي صوت اعرف فين مكانه، كذا يجيني من اليمين ولا من اليسار. في صوت مزعج هناك. اوكي لا ما حروح للصوت المزعج، ايش تحسبني؟
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
ايوه.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
لايك عشان نكون واضحين، ما انفجر شيء. اوه كما يبدو انه ايدي كان معاق.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
ايدي اوكي.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
اوكي. شكرا يا فواز اولا. ثانيا ميدو شكرا على المشاركة برضو. بس والله سلامتكم. تعال فيصل يرسل دمعة. فيصل تخيل هو اللي سوى ديسلايك.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
هذا الباب الرئيسي. خلنا افتحه عشان اقدر اشرط. اوكي ما.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
شكله كأنه فيصل يا رجال.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What the fuck? في مكان انا ما رحت له صح؟ اوكي لا برجع كذا.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
هذه؟ اوكي.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
قصدها حرفيا يعني ولا معنويا؟ شغلها ثاني لا لا. ظبط المود. هذه حاطة فلتر سناب شات ولا ايه؟
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
اوكي كنت بشوف هذا.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
The fuck؟ ايش غرف الناس الميتة خلاص ما يرجعوا يستعملوها يخلوها عليهم للأبد؟ والله فلوسهم زايدة.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
بربارة.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
ايش هذا اللي في الخلفية؟ What the fuck؟
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
خلنا نشوف غرفة الجد هذا أول. مدري العم مدري شو. ولا خلنا نشوف هذيك هذا الخرق أول.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
حمام what the fuck. ويمديك طالع منه برو. وغير كذا هذا ايه. هذا قاعد سنة عايش بس. هذا 11 سنة بس. ايش ما يطول هذول.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
هذه طولت عاد. هذه مرة طولت. جدتهم. شفنا هذا صح. والله نايس الغرفة.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
اوكي اكتشفنا المفتاح لإيش.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Under the sea. هذا اللي في هذا.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
اللي في التريلر. شو مواصلات اوكي.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
هذه
I
من
got
جد
the sense
مولعة.
Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
ايوه اكلت الجرث حقها. الجربوع حقها.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
What the fuck.
My Halloween candy was all gone. I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
طب ناكل اول بعدين نروح ننام عادي.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Hey, what the fuck? فين جوترو بس يسوي تقرير الدكتوراه عن هذا. باكل زقي دحين.
I ate a lot of things that night. I kept eating and eating.
What the fuck?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
اي خلنا ناكل العصفور كمان.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
What the fuck?
I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
كيف؟ اوكي. اوكي. شكوك شق. عندي اسلك اوكي.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
ايه يا جماعة.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Oh, boo.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
أيوة.
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. rabbits.
ايوه.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
يا الله.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
ايوه. What the fuck?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
والله جوسي.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
اخطبوط.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
والله شفت هنتاي كفاية عشان اعرف هذا اللي انا ودي.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
صعب.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
افتح الباب. تعال تعال. With a drunken sailor early in the morning. السلام عليكم. كيف الحال صديق؟
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. I crossed the water and smelled something new.
برضو؟
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
ايش ثعبان دحين؟ اوكي لا وات ذا فك.
I got closer and closer.
اوكي كذا النظام.
All of my stomach started growling.
طفل كشاف طفل كشاف.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
What the fuck?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
اوكي عرفنا اول واحد فيهم كيف مات. خلنا نشوف اذا انا حصير بسه كمان.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum.
اي هذا مو اوكي ما
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
ايش النظارة هذه حقت مكة.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
اوكي احنا عرفنا كيف
Whatever's wrong with this
أودن
family,
مات.
it goes back a long ways.
الشيء هذا حق الأدوية.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
موشي موشي بوسو. I mean, come on, اسم الكتاب there is a secret in the bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
اوكي خلنا نخلص
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Bruh. اوكي للأسف فات
Sven
الأوان
gave
حق
Sam an
النكتة.
old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
إيه هناك الضفدع للأسف يعني معليش. خلاص راحت النكتة. لا لا ما نبغى نرجع معاه. يدخل الزاحف. سوى عسكري يا رجل. والله قصيرة هذه.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
اوكي يمدينا نحرك رجلين. تحس برجل مكسورة ما يمدي يحركها.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
والله GG.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
نهاية من يسوي قال لك انه يلفلف
Mom said
المرجحة يا
Grandpa Sam
رجال.
enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
نايس.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
افتح الشورت كت. شكرا على التفاعل. ايش هذا صدقي انا؟
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
البسها على ايش يا رجال؟ يلا في ايش معنى هذه غرفته الصغيرة؟
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة عشرة 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. اوكي كان عمره 17 يعني قد هذه دحين.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orca's Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
اوكي يمدينا نضرب فيها. اوكي في دم. معاي عصاية يا حبيبي ايش تحس؟ What the fuck?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
هنا ابوها شيخ نفسه.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
يا الله يا الله، يعني إلا يجي جيسون يعني. بكسر شيء. نظامكم.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
هذا كان الوصول. الفكحة.
She played her part beautifully.
هذه مولي صرت بالسنة.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Ollie's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Assassinate! القم.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
تعال اغتيال. اوكي. الحين راح افنش يا رجال. رسبا.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
يا الله. مشكلة الحكومة قاعدة لا تفتح الأبواب. رايحة تفتح الباب.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
صاب.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
What the fuck?
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself. magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately,
Stardom
so did her
Crusaders.
fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
What the fuck?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
شكرا على إضافة الجميلة.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Oh.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
كذا خلصنا كل الناس اللي في الدور اللي تحت، صح فيصل؟ ولا؟
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
خلنا نجرب نبعث الميوزك بوكس، يمكن ألقى البيسمنت كي. شكرا على إضافة أستاذ فواز. أيوة، أنا أسطورة. حقت الحمام قصدك. لا. اي كيف ارجع للحمام؟ هذا كان؟ لا هذه مالي صحيح. اي هذا. لو سمحت ممنوع. رجعنا الحمام يا فيصل، ايش سوى؟ لعيونك يا فواز. موشي بص.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
اوكي 1949 حسب يقص. إيديث هذا أنا. مولودة في 2014 والحين تقول عمرها 17 سنة، يعني 6 7 لحظة بحسب. فاتتني فرصة نكتة ثانية معليش. اودن هو كيرا يوشكاكي. شكرا جميعا، شكرا، يشرفني يعني. خلاص شفت كل شيء هنا، ايش تبغى يا فيصل؟ Are you sure about that? Okay.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
شكرا على الله.
It was a pretty big trace.
خلاص هطلع السطوح ولا اروح اطلع السطوح ولا اروح البيسمنت؟ يلا خلي الجمهور يختار. الكل يقول السطوح جميل.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. أجل حنروح البيسمنت. البيسمنت المرعب هذا يا رجال، حتلاقي دحين الدم موجود لسه فيه، ما حد مسحه. للأسف ما معي عصاية هذه المرة. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
اوكي لا نظف المكان.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
هذه الثلاجة الموعودة. دحين حموت.
It turned
Okay,
out she was hiding a lot more than that.
What the fuck? إيش في؟
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
اوكي انا دوري يعني خلاص عمري 17 سنة المفروض اموت دحين.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just...
ترى على فكرة هذه ما بتمر أيام، بتمر سنين زي ما انتم شايفين. هذيك كانت 1970 أو شيء زي كذا، 76 دحين 2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now.
بعلم
The
فوازي
longest
زق.
in 30 years.
والمشاهدين الثانيين.
I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
ايوه علم.
I know it's out there somewhere.
لا خلك.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Living the same day. والله ركية من جد.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Bruh.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
راح ندعس من القطار انا كمان.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
هنا ارمي زبالته.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
the fuck واحد مات من قطار تقوم تحطوا له قطار عند قبره؟ ايش فيه؟ والله اقل شيء ما في قطار دحين.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
You? تكلم مين؟
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
هذه المرجحة.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
وجهة نظر صراحة.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
What the fuck? اللي عنده جرابيع كثير. ودي أعرف مين بنى الحجر حق القبر هذا.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
اوكي هذه اجابتي. اي هذا اللي داس القطار. هذا عاد ما ادري كيف ماتت، ما حد قال لي لسه. سفن كيف مات؟ انشقت يده بالمنشار بس ما حد قال انه مات. هذا برضه مات بس ما حد قال، الا هذا اللي طار مع ايه مرجيحة. هذا اللي اتوقع مات بالجوع. هذه انقتلت.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
هذا بيتهم القديم. كان مين معاقل اللي يشيل بيت بقارب؟ What the fuck؟ كلمك انت هي.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
All Father, give me sight.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
سام هذا غالبا مات مع في الجيش يعني. قص ما حد جاب سيرته ابدا. غريغوري هذا برضو ما حد جاب سيرته لانه مات في سنة يا رجال. هذا يا رجال اتولد 1969. اوه ماي جاد اسطورتي. ايش اسمه؟ قص. ميلتون ما هم كاتبين متى مات. سانجاي كومار. كويس انه مات يستاهل.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now,
هنا ماتت الزقة الثانية مالي.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
ايش؟ عشان كذا عندها كرش. عمرها 17 سنة حامل برا. من ذا اللي زغبها؟
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
ولا كذا تلاقيها تتكاثر بالتبرعم.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
شوف مكتوب كي. اوه اوكي، عرفت كيف اوصل السطوح بأسوأ طريقة ممكنة. ايه فتح السبحنا. جيت على وقتك عشان تشوف وكر العصفور ديس على كريزي. اوكي هنا هذا جريجوري اللي مات. وات ذا فاك الصورة. لا 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 ترجع يا لا. هلا زهر جاي يمكن في اخر اللعبة، بس جزاك الله خير يعني.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
موشي موشي بوس. خرجت. اوكي انا اسف، خلاص تعال. انا ضفدع.
Okay. Over, Gregory. It's time to. Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
هذه بتتطلق في الخلفية بس ما يهمني.
I wonder what he saw.
السلام عليكم.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
والله ما ادري ايش الهرجة صراحة، بس اتوقع لازم اضيع وقت زي كذا الين هذا تخلص. اوكي. جاء اتشيفمنت يقول لي جريجوري. اوكي فهمت.
Sure made him happy. I know how happy it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
بس برضه طلقه. اوكي. كمان يبدو ما حد يسلم في العيلة هذه، الكل يموت حتى النونات.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh, boom, boom. Oh, boom, boom.
The wind wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
يا الله. بالله يبغون يتسلق وانا حامل. raise flag.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
أمها هندية. أوكي. أعوذ بالله. مو هي هندية.
Religion
هندية
was another
مسيحية.
thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
مو يهودية قصدي مسيحية.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
أعوذ بالله. هي هندية.
Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
ريحان زعتر نعناع ما أعرف إيش ذا الشيء.
And to see kids in the house again.
هذه حقي.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
اصبر شوي. اتوقع اللعبة ترى ما هي طويلة. يعني زي ما انت شايف. اصبر خلينا نفتح الكتاب. كم شخص عرفنا انه مات. بقي ايدي العجوز المهمة. وباقي سام، دون، ميلتون ولويس، وانا ان شاء الله يعني لما اموت.
But it didn't last.
اوه ماي جاد، الطريقة العلمية. بس يا ناس ينتظرون.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
ايش تبغاني اسوي؟ الله. اوكي اوكي. اوه ماي جاد، قصة جود قصة. بس ما حتقولنا كيف مات؟
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
شوف فواز، خلصنا بدري مع ذا.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
الله، ولا حق اللفة هذه كلها.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
هذا مات مع الجدة نفس الوقت، من 10. اوكي عند معسل زاحف هذا.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
المعسل. اوه ماي جاد، اوه ماي جاد فيصل. المخدرات. شوف الكونسول يا رجال، اليد حقته كأنها يد ال شو اسمه. اوه ماي جاد شوف الجيمنج بي سي السماعة. هذا الجديد حق لوجيتك ديك محطوط عليه الشعار طيب ولا بس كذا نفس الشكل؟ نشغل الكونسول أو شيء.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
تخرج من الثانوي وخلاص قاعد غرفته كلها يلعب ويعسل ويحشش. والله العظيم غير شيء اقعد في غرفتك والعب ولا تعسل او تحشش.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
اوكي انا عارف ايش حيصير دحين.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
هذا المخدرات.
wander.
اوكي كذا النظام ها.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something new. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
يبغوني اركز هنا عشان ادخل يدي انا عارف.
He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Bonfire.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
رجال.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Nice.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
يلا شوف الخيال
He'd
كذا
conquer a city, then immediately push on.
بيغطي كذا الين ما يوصل جهة السكينة.
New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
والله العقوق امتحان تقطع يدك معاق.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
كنت على وشك يصير شاذ. ما كنت بطالع. لا 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 لا.
beautiful handsome queen.
اوكي. خرجت من هذا ما في جاي ألقم.
The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows.
لا لا ما في رينبو.
Sinister serpents.
ايوه. حارب القي.
He followed the sound of her
electric guitar.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
اوكي اختفت الشيء.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
معلش سمك كثير خلنا نوقف شوية.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh my god.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
يا اسطى ما في سمك هنا. ايش يسوي؟ حطيت بنجر.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Oh my god.
There was only one thing left to do.
توقعت حقت عينه. بس حط راسه مرة واحدة.
Bend down his head. I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
بيجي دون سام وإيدي. وإيدي. ورجلي. افتح شرط كتل البار.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
What the fuck ايش بسوي انا؟
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Edith, okay.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
حنشوف كيف أنا مت.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Fuck.
started seeing things.
والله لايف سترينج يا رجال، دحين القى حوت ميت.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
اوكي انا اتحكم باليد.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while. And then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Oh, okay.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. I guess if you're reading this now.
ايه اوكي عرفت.
Things didn't work out that way.
هذا القص.
This is where your story begins.
Yep.
I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
قلت لك هنا حاشوف انا متى حموت، وقلت لك انها في 2017 والله انه اسطوره. ايوه عدل البيت الكريه هذا بالله. اوكي هذا انسان حقيقي مات. رب. هذا الزق اللي مات. سمعت جدك. معسل. انا ماني جهان، انا محمود، بس عفوا. Black Lives Matter. ايه لا تكتب الكلام هذا عيب. شوف اللي على يسار ديب ويب. شوف راسك يا استغفر الله. نشوف دحين. واردة. طبعا ما حرجع اعيد قصة. شكرا. علم الغش. سام ما شفت قصته ولا ايش كانت قصته؟ ايه شكله كان في السطوح. لا الا الا سحبت جيت لين هنا بس ما كان في خيار اني. اوكي شو اسمه هذاك حق مارفل؟ نسيته. بس ايش باله؟
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
هناك جدي ايش هذا؟
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
انا
It's a
بطفي
hunting
الانوار.
trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what?
انا المفروض اوكي معلش اسفين.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
ايش المفروض اصور؟
Aw.
شوف التصوير الاحترافي. نزل يا اخي.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Wilson.
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin.
is it?
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
والله السيلفي.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
What the fuck?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh my god. أسوأ صورة في الحياة.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Okay. ايه مات 2016 اخر واحدة. البنت امك انت والله العظيم. اوكي خلاص خلصنا اللعبة. اوه بس هذا كان جيم بلاي لإيديث فينيش، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بكرة إن شاء الله راح يكون في مقطع جديد وبس والله. سلام. كيف أقفل البث؟ لحظة. شيل الزفت هذا عن وجهي. اوكي وسلام.